Hello, everyone, and welcome to Girl Time Podcast. I am your host, Lanisha Huggins. This is episode 16, and today I am joined with my sorority sister, Ida Cage, who is a senior at Ball State University. And today we will discuss how she is adjusting to spending her senior year, because she is a senior at Ball State University, and just having to spend her senior year outside of school and having to do online classes. We will also get into how she is continuing to uplift women through her organization. Ida, being away from school physically, how are classes going?
Classes are going. We're trying to figure that out. A lot of things have been difficult with the big switch from being on campus to being online. A lot of teachers are struggling with how they want to do things as far as like, are we going to do a new grading system? Are we going to do things this way? How do discussion boards work? Those type of things. It's just hard because most of my classes are really like hands-on learning, like immersive, and like it's like senior projects type stuff. So when you have to do all those things remotely, it's kind of like, how do you get this done? Like, how do you go write a story on sports if there's no sports happening right now? Yeah. So you kind of have to like go with the wind on the situation. So it's an adjustment period, especially with the semester being over in 2 weeks. It's like,
oh my gosh, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So what is your major?
My major is public relations, but I have a concentration in sports marketing and event planning.
Okay. So what would you say the hardest thing right now, besides what you just talked about? Like, what is the hardest thing that you are dealing with right now?
The hardest thing will have to be the social distancing thing, because like with everything that I'm involved in, whether it's friends, sorority, or just like life in general, revolves around people. So it's like having to be X'd away from everyone has kind of been hard dealing with, because it's like everybody wants to have fun. Everybody wants to do anything. My birthday was literally a few days ago, and everyone's like, we could have did something. I'm like, yeah, we just gonna, sit in the room, watch Criminal Minds.
That's fun. Seeing that, being with online classes, how have you been able to speak with your professors compared to how you usually have it with being in person?
It's been a struggle because most of everything has to be due as far as like email or like Zoom like this, or just like Skype or whatever. So you have to figure out like the timing with everything. I feel like a lot of professors don't realize that everyone is now online, so now they're trying to figure out how they're going to do their stuff differently. And it's hard because you're demanding more time, but then another professor is demanding more time, so having to be able to communicate that amongst the professors and also with you is kind of like, okay, especially when everyone's just ready for this semester to be over with. They're not really too much focused on how do we perfect this, how do we do this. So it's been a struggle. People are trying really hard though, so appreciate that effort, so
yeah. Well, I'm glad that it is making an effort. So are they like responding on like in enough time to where you understand what's going on with your assignments?
Not really. One of my math professors was like, we had a test coming up, and I was asking her a question on a specific thing, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't see your message. Did you have enough time to figure that test out? And I was like, no, but we just gonna go with
it.
Yeah, so she was like, I'll do better next time. I'm like, yeah. So, especially when you got so many kids emailing you questions, someone has to get lost within that. So, yeah.
Yeah. I saw that you posted on Facebook a letter from the university stating that commencement was canceled. Like, how did you feel when you got that letter?
Heartbroken, because you put in a lot of work these last 4 years trying to get things together, trying to make sure that you graduate in 4 years. So it's like all that gets wiped away. Then I have family coming down all the way from Chicago to come see me, and I was like, they can't really see that, but it's okay though. We're gonna stay positive because I'm going to grad school here, so we're gonna get some type of graduation later.
Yeah. So are you planning anything? I know that you can't have a party as of right now, but as soon as the quarantine is over, like, are you planning anything to celebrate?
Yes, my family is trying to do a graduation party for me in June, so we'll see how that goes. Now they're saying like it's going to be quarantine all the way up until like July.
Oh,
So yeah,
girl.
so hopefully things get better. So yeah, hopefully, because
Yeah.
I really would like that graduation party, something just to be around people, So yeah.
Yes. And your roommate moved out, so you're there by yourself.
Yes, ma'am, I am. It's
Oh.
it's okay though, because I have my friends down the street, like they literally a
Oh, okay.
couple of doors down, so
Okay.
being
Good.
someone.
Well, you were very active on campus, being that this was your senior year and you had a lot of responsibility within the sorority. How do you feel about not spending time participating in any different events?
It's been, for one, it's been sad, but then at the same time, it's I feel like it's a reality check because I'm always going, like every second of the day, always going. So having to be forced to sit down, it was just like, but it has been rewarding because I have been able to like get a lot of stuff done, process a lot of things. It's just sad because being that this was senior year, you wanted to like finish things off and everything, like,
Yeah.
do the last shebangs, but you can't really do those things. So it's kind of like, or you have to alter them for social media type wise instead
Yeah.
of doing it on, in person. So it's been bittersweet in a nutshell because it's like 1 second it's like, oh, I really miss this, but in another second it's like I kind of really need this break. So
Yeah.
it's been pretty.
Yeah. I feel that, girl, because I got a couple hours deducted from
Mhm.
work. And so
Mhm.
I don't work a full 8 hours a day anymore. I only work maybe like 3 to 7, but it really
Mhm.
depends on the day.
Yeah.
Girl, I ain't never felt at peace in my life. Just
Mhm.
to know that
See,
I ain't got to be there all day.
yes. For
Yeah.
me, Tuesdays and Thursdays was the busiest days. Now it's the days where I can chill. I can sleep until 5 and be okay. So it's been pretty rewarding,
So, are
honestly.
there any words of encouragement that you would love to get to your fellow classmates and anybody that is graduating this year? Because I love how positive you are, and I told you this the last time, but I love how positive you are. I love how humble you are in the situation. And not recently, but a couple weeks ago, I talked to some seniors that were graduating this year, and they like broke down. So, what are some words of encouragement that you would love to give to your fellow peers?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, even though we don't get to have that ceremony, even though we don't get to walk across that stage, our degree still does matter. These last 4 years still matter. We are walking away with so many memories, so many like cherishable things that we should just, show more light to at this time. Like, yeah, it sucks, guys. It really does suck. But at the end of the day, we made it. We
Yeah,
finished.
yeah,
We did that. Like that's ours. Can't nobody ever take that from us. As far as like who our name is, we always will have that degree behind it. Like
yes,
that's ours. That's something that we can take claim to. And just to be grateful at the fact that we aren't hopefully we aren't sick at this time, like we
healthy.
dodged the bullet with it because honestly exposing ourselves to that big of a crowd could have put us and our loved ones at so much of a risk. So it's it's a blessing in disguise, but at the end of the day this is still going to be something that we will cherish for a lifetime as far as like our degrees and how much time we spent in college and all those good memories. So focus on the good things instead of focusing on what we're going without. Because
That's,
sometimes what we're going without really could have put us in more danger than going with it. So
yeah,
that's the whole thing.
that's good. That's good. So let's talk about organization. So, did
Mm-hmm.
you have organizational skills before this quarantine, or did it happen during?
I am a very fake it till you make it type of person. I am not organized at all. Everyone always sees me as like, I got her stuff together. I am not that person at all. I just fake the thing is, I'm a hot mess during the whole production of things. But
Yeah.
then when things are like shown to the public, they're like, oh, this was really nice. You did a good
Yes.
job.
Yes.
Yeah, but you see all that chaos behind. I'm not organized at all. I've never been that person. I've been always the person to fake it till you make it. People never see the struggle. They see the good polished version of everything.
Yes.
But I'm not an organized person. I
So,
have
is
like,
that something you're working on now?
I'm trying
And if you have
to,
the time?
Yes, I'm trying to because as far as like I'm going to be going to grad school in the fall, so I kind of really do need to get my life together and start
Mhm.
planning out things better. I have a million one planners, but do I use them? No, I just like the way they look. But I am trying to figure that out better. As far as like right now is really a test of that because I have so many like assignments that needs to be done, so many things that need to be done.
Yeah.
So many things that need my attention, so I have to organize them better to do that. It's been a struggle, but it's coming along, especially for
Good.
someone who's never had practice doing this ever. So, you
Well,
know,
that's good. That's good.
yeah,
And I had to ask that question because there are so many people like myself that is not
mhm,
really organized like we should be. But like I've been seeing a lot of posts on Facebook about people changing up the way that they plan and actually
yeah.
writing stuff down or using different references and stuff like that. So I know that like doing online classes, you have to be a lot more organized than you were when you was in
Mhm.
person. So
Thank God for Canva's like the program that we use here.
yeah.
It has a calendar and it has like your assignments from each class is on there. If I didn't have that, I don't know what I would do because that
That's
honestly that
good because that's something I didn't have when I was there.
exactly. It literally just shows like this is what you have for this class. Let's do it this time. Do it on this day. I'm like, oh, perfect. And I didn't have to do it. It just goes like as soon as
Good.
the teacher posts like when something is due, that's when it pops up on there. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
With the coronavirus going on and being in quarantine right now, like how have you adjust with everything that well, just everything that is outside of school and not being able to see family, talking to them over the phone or stuff like that. Like, how have you been adjusting?
It's pretty much as far as like family goes, it's pretty much been the same. They call me literally every day. We
Mm-hmm.
legit FaceTime all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's crazy because like everyone's in the house with their family all the time, so it's like I'm away from them, and they keep calling me like she annoys me. I don't want to talk to her. Like I just need to get out the house, and I'm like, have fun.
But you're
you
not
know, it
there.
it creates more of like a comedy behind it. But it does worry me that since like we are, on quarantine and have been social distancing, as far as like I don't have a car, so I just get up and drive home if something
Mhm.
happens. So if someone does fall ill, God forbid,
Yeah.
um, I can't get there. That's the whole thing. But you know, we're just gonna run with the punches. Everyone's doing pretty much fine. My auntie was sick from corona. She did have it, but she's doing a lot better now. She's recovering from it, so that's
Oh,
good. So,
good.
everything's cool. We haven't run into no bumps in the road and everything like that. It's pretty much the same. I think since my family is used to me being gone from for school, so it's kind of like they understand how it is now. They're just
Mhm.
mostly calling me now to make sure you ain't getting no chest pains, you ain't sick now, those type of things. So,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, we doing good. So.
Yeah. And I know that you said that you have friends down the street from you. But how have you been adjusting to social distancing?
Yeah, so we legit spend so much time together. It's literally movie night every night. I feel like we done watched everything on Netflix at this point.
Girl.
So
Y'all watch
that's the
Players Club?
no, we didn't watch the Players Club yet. But we take walks. I feel like now we're trying to like find different things to do. We just went to Dollar Tree the other day to buy puzzles and stuff, so we're
Hmm.
running out of things. That's the whole thing. But when we do feel like we're doing too much together, we all go into our separate spaces. They separate themselves by room. I go down the street to my
Yeah.
apartment. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's pretty much the same. We're just spending more time than we usually would together, but we're
Yeah.
still trying to make things balance out. So
Yeah. And I'm glad that you're not by yourself there.
yeah,
So that's really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Were you working before the quarantine happened?
Hmm.
So are
I
you
was
working
working.
now?
I was working and doing my internship. I have been out of work for 2 weeks now. Because I worked like the first week of quarantine
Mhm.
situation, and then like she was like, my boss said that we have to take a break or whatever for at least 2 weeks. I was supposed to go back to work on Monday. This would be officially like the third week that I haven't worked.
Okay.
But she emailed me the other day and said that I do qualify for like emergency pay. So I'll be getting that work study that I would have gotten
Mm-hmm.
afterwards. And then as far
Oh,
as
that's
like my
good.
internship goes, like my internship professor said that it's okay because of quarantine. So like he's just going to count what has been documented already as, completing the internship. So
Yay.
nobody but God on that situation. But
For
yeah,
real.
yes.
For real.
So I do
That
miss
is
the
so
office
good.
though. I did love my job, so it was pretty.
Mhm. And what was your job title?
I worked in the Office of Greek Life. I was a student worker, but I was also a social media intern for them as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay. But you are a first generation college student.
Yes.
Okay. So how being first generation, not being able to have a commitment, what are those feelings?
That feeling is really just like, yeah, it's sad because like when I was in sixth grade, my mom was like, "You're gonna go to college. I don't know how we're gonna pay for it, but you're gonna work your butt off to get there." Like that's
Mm-hmm.
literally what it is, and that was what we were looking forward to. My family was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it. It was just like, and I'm one of the first people in my family to go off to college. We had a few, but like, I'm the first one to like legit leave the house to go do this thing. So
Yeah.
like, it was it was a little heartbreaking, but we still kept, our heads still kept that, I'm still graduating. That degree's still gonna be mailed to the house in July. That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then just, I'm cocky with it. Whatever I don't do this time, I'm gonna do for my master's at this point.
Yeah.
Just even more. So
like, let's talk now about Sis is Our Time. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Sis is Our Time is a lifestyle blog that I created to help women who are going through any adversity, any discriminatory situations, anything as far as like depression, anxiety, or just like big life changes that they aren't sure how to deal with at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we have like weekly conversations. I pull out a topic or whatever and just like communicate that to my audience. Most of the time I like to have feedback so I can like,
Yeah.
interact with them.
Yeah.
A lot of times my followers ask me questions, or they may even send me a DM on like, can you talk about this on your next topic? Can you talk about this?
Good.
So I try to do it every week, try to like, hey, I have been taking a break though, so I will be getting back to that shortly. I have been recording a lot of videos, so those are going to be dropping very soon. So we'll see.
And so where can people find any topics that you have done so far?
Right now, I am on YouTube. It is called Sis is Our Time Lifestyle Blog. You can literally just type that in and it'll pop up. If you can't find it, you can go on Instagram. It's sis underscore it's underscore our underscore time. And then the link will be in the bio. So.
Okay, awesome. And I will make sure that I put that link somewhere where people can find it also, because I'm very proud of you. I watched one of your depression video, and I really, really am very, very proud of you and how you express depression from your sense. And your main audience for Sis is Our Time is Ball State students or college students. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know that you put on lots of events last semester. And so can we talk about how those events went and what you plan on doing for the future?
Yeah, so the last event that I put on was Sister Saturday. Is where a few of my followers and me had sat down and we did like a whole little workshop situation. I had a few topics we talked about, and it was like we basically had a support group. So like not just me talking at them, but them talking with me, talking with other women that were present. I partnered with my friend. She has her own company called Scented Gym, so she was there selling her products and also participating in those conversations. Because I wanted to open up a community of women to just sit down and talk through things, so that like not only just me giving you advice, you have another woman in the room giving you advice. You can network with them. One of the conversations that we had was over a young lady didn't know like what she wanted to do with her life. She didn't know what does she want to do as far as career wise, or just like who she wanted to be. And a few of us shared our experience on how we found out the woman that we wanted to be, or the women that we wanted to be, and just like choosing our career path and how did that look and what inspired us in those situations and how do we take those steps to get to that. And with that, she came out of that conversation with a game plan on how she was going to figure that out and how she was going to learn herself. So it was very beneficial for a lot of different people. It was very beneficial for that conversation, even for myself, because I like to preach to my babes. I call them my babes. I like to preach to my babes that what I talk about isn't just for them, it's for me. So I'm talking to myself too. So we're on this journey to heal together. So yeah.
And so when you express your story on the topic that you have, how easy or how hard is it for other women within that group or that come to the event? Like how easy for them to open up and just express how they feel?
At first it was a bit, you have to do an icebreaker because everyone's a little like, I don't really know who sis is, like, you know, she don't need to know my business and everything. But you have to, like, I have to create that space to make people feel comfortable. A lot of the times I get vulnerable so that it opens up the door for other people to get vulnerable, because usually when you show who you are and that raw version of you, other people can express that same situation. So by creating that conversation, creating that space, makes it more easier for women to venture off into that conversation a little bit more. So
You talked about videos that you have been working on. How easy is it for you, especially now that your online classes? How easy for you is it to keep up with content? Because I know every week is hard.
it's very hard. Right now, I recorded 7 videos. So with those 7 videos, that's going to get me good for the next 7 weeks. So while those 7 videos are going out, I'm gonna try to stockpile some more and go from there. Um, this, like I said, this break has been very beneficial because it
Yeah.
helps me get that time up.
Yeah.
Being that I have been backtracked and everything and have been on that break, it's giving me more time to tend to the things that I can better tend to. So I have been asking my followers for more, you know, topics that they want to talk about. So while these videos are going to be dropping, I'm going to be recording those videos for them and go from there. So yes, be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Because I know being a YouTuber is kind of challenging when for me especially, because I don't post everything that I'm going through. And I see like a lot of people on YouTube, they post every single thing that they're doing in order to get following. And I'm just like, I'm sitting over here, I'm normal. I don't
Yeah.
have a lot to post. So like, how do you feel about that? Like,
I try to, because my main thing, what was making me hesitant about joining YouTube is that I didn't want to lose the focus of This Is Our Time. Like, I didn't start this to start getting money. I didn't start this to get fame. I started this because I wanted to be that person that I need for other people, if that makes sense. So when it comes down to being a part of that YouTube communities, I guess they call us that YouTube community. It's kind of hard to remain in that same, you know, mindset, because YouTube now is basically made for you to make money, to get more followers. Like, that's the main thing. Like, everyone wants followers and everyone wants money. That's not a bad thing. But when you're trying to keep that same simplicity and that, like, you know, honor to your channel, it's like, you know, it can be tempting and it's a little, you know, and then you have to keep up with the Joneses on everything. Make sure your camera quality is everything. Make sure the editing is this way. Make sure you can appeal it to this person. It's a lot. It's really testing my degree too, because that's literally what my degree is how to communicate, you know, the company's situation to the public. So it's like, okay, that would work, but is it still keeping honor to what I want to do? So it's a lot. It's very challenging, especially me too, because I'm that's like, you know, you gonna get me how I come. That's literally what it is. So it's, you
sometimes
know,
you're sometimes you're not.
exactly. So having to, you know, conform to that type is just like, you know, it makes it like, dang, is this hard? This is, you know, how do I keep in the situation? So yeah.
So what are some future plans that you have for Sis Is Our Time?
So what I have planned for Sisters Our Time, I want to do more Sister Saturdays. When I have more money in my budget, I want to actually travel and not just go from Ball State, but go to different schools if that's possible.
Mhm.
Just like, because there's a lot of people at Ball State that need help, but there's so many other people at other places that need
Yeah,
help too.
yeah,
So like, I want to be able to spread that sisterhood, especially since Sisters Our Time is supposed to also be like a networking community. I want
yeah.
people to communicate with each other from across the country, hopefully
That's
across the
good.
globe. That's going to be, this is not something I'm just doing for a hobby. This is something that I have a passion for, that I do want to grow so
Yeah.
much more, to a point where it's beyond me and people can literally do Sisters Our Time without me type situation. Like, it's us. So yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Ida, so much for being here with me and having this discussion with me. I cannot wait to see what upcoming events you have. I am very proud of your accomplishments and what you are doing for women in the Ball State community. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications for Sis Is Our Time on YouTube. Also, check out Girl Time Podcast on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on all upcoming episodes. Until next time.